as volunteers, what are your goals and purposes here at the river?
Our purpose here is to clean this up and get it as clean as possible. Over the years, there's been a lot of litter in here. And as you can see, we're pulling car parts out. Last year, we were pulling bicycles out and shopping carts. So our goal here is just to get as much cleaned up as possible and help the earth out.
Thousands of concerned citizens converge at 15 sites along LA's fabled waterway to participate in the Great Los Angeles River Cleanup. The annual event attracts about 4,000 participants each year to hike the trails and wade through the water in a determined effort to clean up as much trash as possible.
Yeah, it's a yearly event that's coordinated by the Friends of the LA River, and it took months of planning, even though it's a yearly event, and there are a lot of contributors and donators and outreach for the event.
Now, I understand there are something like 15 locations where this happens. Each one is selected why and how, do you know?
Probably part of it has to do with ease of access to getting people to the river, and there are areas where a lot of the trash collects. As you see out here with the trees and the growth, the trash gets stuck in the branches.
Is this your primary interest then, is the river?
Well, I'm an architect, and I was really involved in Venice, where I live, in the land use and planning issues in Venice. So that's my background in terms of community involvement. I wanted to branch out into something that was more about LA in a bigger picture, and I'm really interested in the parks and bringing more recreational space along and near the river.
It doesn't take much to prepare for this event. All you need are some strong trash bags and a pair of rubber gloves. As participants make their way to the river's edge, many are not too shy to get their feet wet, while others patrol the outer banks collecting plastic straws, cup lids, styrofoam food containers, and aluminum cans. And after just a few minutes of cleanup, it's amazing to witness the variety of items that make their way into this famed LA waterway. What have you got in your hand there?
This appears to be a large piece of farm equipment that somebody has thrown in. It looks like the blade off a tractor.
I was going to say something like that. Maybe a Mercedes-Benz? No, it's too big. Justin, I believe this is your third year doing this. What's it like? How did you start cleaning up the river, and what inspired you?
Well, I started this about 3 years ago with my teacher, Mr. Wilhelm, at David Starr Jordan Middle School, and he did it as an event that would come every year. Unfortunately, he retired last year, so he doesn't have anybody doing it. So I come out here along with a couple of my friends, and we do this to try and help the environment.
Tell me, what are some of the odd things you found in the river through these years?
Well, over the years, I've found any number of things. I've found a cow skull, tire iron, signpost, 7 shopping carts, a Power Ranger Zord from the show in a little toy form, this ball of yarn for some reason, and baseball bats, any number of things. It's just all the stuff that goes down the drain.
People throw everything away, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's kind of embarrassing for us.
What do you think about the concept of all these people coming together to clean the LA River?
I think it's a really great idea that they should be doing this more often, and it would be really nice if the city of Burbank would fund this more, because like right now we have the people here, and if we could do this more often, that would be fantastic.
Justin, I saw you pulling something out of the river which looked like a long PVC pipe. Is that what it was?
That's exactly what it was.
Along with some other things, and I believe that you are suddenly wealthy because you found some cash.
Yeah, I found $1 in there. I set it up there. It's a little dirty, so I don't know if I want to keep that one.
Well, you could wash it off and iron, and if you don't need it, I'd be glad to relieve you of that.
Oh, if you want to keep it, it's right up there on the truck.
Is this your first year doing this?
This is my first year, yeah.
We talked to another fellow, and he's been doing this for 3 years. I guess it catches on, and people are multiplying. A lot of people here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and you definitely feel good about yourself, feel like you're helping out. So
And what a beautiful day in Southern California to do it.
it's one of the best days you can have in Southern California.
With the last pieces of trash hauled out of the river, the task of collecting, cataloging, and disposing of the items is just beginning. The larger items consist of rubber tires, car parts, shopping cart pieces, wheel hubs, and pieces of foam insulation. At a separate area of Griffith Park known as the Betty Davis Campgrounds, volunteers spread out the morning haul to get a general breakdown of the contents, and it's no surprise that single-use plastic bags comprise the bulk of the smaller trash items. Afterwards, the trash is tossed into a large trash container while the hundreds of volunteers who participated in the cleanup reflect back on a job well done.
The river is an important source of local water supply to help LA become independent of imported water. It's also a recreational gem which needs a lot more elbow grease and a lot more public attention. It's got the popular input. It needs some movers and shakers to get behind it to make it happen. You can't underestimate the power of volunteers, especially the young ones. If we can get the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers behind the idea, and everyone respects the fact that the 1923 floods were serious, killed a lot of people, cost a lot of money. That's why the engineers did what they did. But with the new technology, the river can be made to be a working river again. We need to get them on board.
So if I'm hearing you right, in 1923 there were floods that caused them to create what we have now?
They call that the 100-year flood. Yeah. 50-some people died, huge property destruction, and because the river was downstream from the foothills, huge mass of water came down and just inundated, like a tsunami.
Are we kind of like trying to unbuild it now?
Not necessarily unbuild it, but give the river a soft bottom. There are areas that can be turned into spreading channels to capture that water. That water is drinkable water, by the way, and every year the LA River dumps about 750,000 acre-feet of water into the bay. That's a local resource, and that can lower our water bills. Something to think about.
It is really amazing to me personally to see so many people here cleaning up the Los Angeles River. I mean, volunteers from all over the place. There are 15 different sites. But I think it's also important to note that the youth of this area are showing their interest, and this means a lot for our future.
You know, this is the first time I've been out here for the cleanup, and I've heard about it and the numbers of people. I've talked to a lot of people since I joined the board that have told me how rewarding it is at the end of the day to feel like you really accomplished something, pulling out the trash, and that it really, really gets them involved and more interested in doing something to help the river in the long term.
For information on the Los Angeles River or to participate in one of their yearly cleanups, LA River car tours, or walking tours, contact Friends of the LA River on the web at folar.com.